DeOndre.
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 The one and only. When they see me, they know that every day when I'm breathing, it's for us to go farther. You know, every time I speak, I want the truth to come out.
So today, what am I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about something that, needs to be talked about. It needs to be talked about. It's like a plague. It's like a big, stinky, funky, ooey gooey plague that is ruining social media, man. And I'm going to talk about some of the top 5 most dangerous TikTok trends that I've seen ever. And, you can have your own list. That is perfectly fine. But I'm going to have mine because I need to speak on some things. I need to definitely show you guys the stupidity of social media, man. And I'm going to start number 1 with the fire trend. Now, for those of you that don't know what the fire trend is, the fire challenge, I guess, on TikTok was, a dangerous trend on TikTok where people would participate in making shapes on a mirror using a flammable liquid, right? And the participants or the TikTokers had to basically switch off the light and then set that shape that they made on fire to create a lit shape. And, this challenge obviously goes without saying that it was extremely dangerous and, can be very fatal. Well, no one knows that more than Nick Howell, all right? Nick Howell was a 12-year-old boy who burned 35% of his body in the TikTok fire challenge. And they wrote an article about him on People magazine, and here it is.
I poured like a little bit of rubbing alcohol on the floor and then lit it, and then I put it out, and then I guess the bottle had caught on fire, but I didn't notice because since it's alcohol, the fire's clear, so I didn't see it. And then the bottle soon exploded.
Nick was on the front porch of his grandmother's home with his parents nearby.
And all I seen was flames, which I thought was the grass, but it turns out it was me. And then I started running, screaming, "Mommy and Papi," so my mom and dad could help me.
Nick was immediately airlifted to the hospital. 30-year-old mom Estella gets emotional reliving it.
It was traumatizing, heartbreaking, devastating.
This part of my arm, and then this.
Now, this challenge on TikTok was going crazy because apparently some idiot out there, pretty much said that, if you take excessive doses of Benadryl, then you can pretty much get hallucinations. You can pretty much trip out over too much Benadryl. But anyone with half a brain can tell you that taking too much Benadryl can actually kill you. And that is, what was kind of going on with some TikTokers out there, man. And, there were teenagers all around the country that were doing this. And a 15-year-old back, in August reportedly died doing this Benadryl challenge. Now, a lot of kids, they obviously see Benadryl in their medicine cabinets, and it's a over-the-counter drug. No one really says anything bad. You normally take it when you're sick, and they kind of look at it as a harmless thing that's in your house, right? Well, Benadryl has many side effects, and that could be very, very dangerous for you. So at the end of the day, these kids don't know what they don't know, right? And some idiot on TikTok telling them to do it, because it's going to make you have, these, hallucinogenic experiences is stupid. And they're going to do it every single time because they have no idea. They don't know. As I was talking about with death, there was a 15-year-old girl from Oklahoma that reportedly died doing this, Benadryl challenge, and that's what happened. There was a 14-year-old that reportedly took about 15 pills at once, Benadryl pills, and overdosed on that. So it was just crazy, man. So that definitely has to go in my second stupid ass challenge of TikTok. So the third one is the blackout challenge. And the blackout challenge, as you probably may have guessed it, is pretty much when people on TikTok would hold their breath until they passed out. And the reason why they would pass out was because there was a lack of oxygen going to your brain, so you pass out. And you know, it was pretty much referred to as the choking challenge, or the pass out challenge, right? And there's actually an article in regards to a 12-year-old girl by the name of Milagros Soto, who actually died as a result of doing this challenge. So Milagros Soto lost her life doing the TikTok challenge Friday, January 13th, and the Facebook, it was posted on Facebook by her aunt Laura. It's believed that Soto provoked asphyxiation, and the medical examiners at the Legal Medical Institute determined in an autopsy report that she died of mechanical asphyxia. It was captured on video during a live video call with her classmates. Just crazy, just crazy. So this was only one of a growing number of fatalities reported caused by the challenge. There was also another 14-year-old boy from Queensland participated in the challenge after seeing his friends do it. That definitely had to be up there, because I mean, that's just a flat out just stupid ass trend that was going on TikTok that, you know, I'm glad it ended, because there was absolutely no way that could continue. So we're going to move right on along. Cha-Cha Slide Challenge. Now, this one was a very interesting challenge. I didn't know anything about this at first. What was the Cha-Cha Slide Challenge? So the Cha-Cha Slide Challenge was pretty much a ridiculous TikTok trend that pretty much encouraged drivers to swerve all around and all over the world like maniacs, in tune with the music. So pretty much whenever it would say, you know, slide to the left or slide to the right, well, these dummies would actually swerve their car to the right or swerve their car to the left, in tune with what the music said. Now, we all know what the Cha-Cha Slide is. We've all been to parties, gatherings, weddings, you know, birthdays where they had the Cha-Cha Slide playing. You've been there, okay? No matter if you're white, black, Asian, it doesn't matter. You know what the Cha-Cha Slide is, okay? This song was released, you know, over 20 years ago. You know, if you haven't heard it by now, then what the hell are you doing? So each time that the lyric would come out, such as slide to the left, the driver makes, you know, a swerve to the left. And most of the time it would be onto oncoming traffic. Things would get really crazy, right? Things would get really crazy when the lyric would come on that would say crisscross. Right? Whenever that lyric came up, whenever that part of the song would come up, the drivers would swerve crazy in both directions without regard for anything that was going on with the other drivers. Okay? So, I mean, it was pretty much suicide, really. I mean, on the road. That's what that challenge was. And obviously you can see how deadly and stupid that would be. Now, even though the Cha-Cha Slide didn't, you know, claim any lives, right? It didn't really kill anybody. But, you know, these are attention grabs for clout have claimed at least one life in regards to someone playing chicken. That wasn't really the, you know, it wasn't really the Cha-Cha Slide Challenge, but it was still something that was going on that had to do with driving recklessly. But, you know, no one lost their life from the, you know, reports that I'm reading in regards to this, but it was still a stupid ass trend nonetheless, which is why it's on the list. And the last one I'm sure we've all heard and we've all seen is the Gorilla Glue Challenge. Now, we all know about the Gorilla Glue Challenge because of a teacher by the name of Tessica Brown, who pretty much revealed on TikTok that she had mistakenly used Gorilla Glue as a replacement for hairspray. And she got Gorilla Glue all up and through her hair. She needed to go to the hospital. You know, it blew up all over social media. Everybody was talking about it. And so much so that celebrities were talking about it, and, you know, people, news were talking about it. Like, it was really like a big deal. So much so that a Los Angeles-based plastic surgeon pretty much came out and offered to restore her hair for free. Right? So a lot of people got some clout up off the situation. Right, use her name, use her clout and all of that, you know, and just soaked it up like a sponge. But, you know, she wasn't the only one that participated in this dumbass challenge, okay? There was plenty of other people that did it. There was another guy by the name of Lynn Martin, who was from Louisiana, who pretty much decided to super glue a red cup on his face and thought that he could just lick it off. But that obviously didn't happen. And he had to leave the cup on his lip because it just was stuck there, and he had to go to the hospital. And the cup was painfully peeled off, leaving a wound, and if it didn't heal properly, he may have had to have part of his lip surgically removed. Okay, so you know, the shit just goes on and on and on, man. And you know, these were some of, you know, my top, you know, just stupidest TikTok trends, you know. But you know, that Gorilla Glue challenge, it was just one of the dumbest. And I know it's not going to be the last. There's always going to be other challenges, other stupid ass ways to go viral and get just that those ever so elusive drops of clout that everybody wants to have. Okay, but this is the shit people do. But it will never be me, and hopefully it won't ever be you. But let me know what you thought about this list down in the comments, man. Do you agree? Do you disagree? All right. Let me know what your craziest TikTok trends were, man. But let me know, please. All right. And that's going to do it for this, man. Stay lit. Believe in God. Believe in yourself. Everything else will work out for itself. Peace.